Now, the fourth struggle of putting permaculture into practice is I don't know where to start or what's next. So the corresponding step in my process is helping people to figure out how to implement the right design that's going to most improve their weakest resource. Because it can be really daunting. If you've made it through the first three struggles, you've figured out what it is, you're super clear on what you want, you've got all the courses, you've organized the information, it's popped out into this beautiful design and it all makes sense. But then it's like, well, where do I start? Or you're a little ways into it and you don't know what to do next. You don't know how to prioritize your time and your money. And so in this stage of the process is where I've developed a bunch of questions and tools to help people to identify what their weakest resource is or what their weakest link is. Because a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And so if you just constantly focus on whatever the aspect of your permaculture property is most holding you back from your ideal vision, that's where you start, or that's what's next. And the fifth and final struggle is, I don't know when it's going to end. And sadly, this is where a lot of people leave permaculture forever. They go back to the city, they go back to conventional farming, or they just throw their hands up and they say, well, permaculture doesn't work, and they give up. Because they've spent years and potentially tens of thousands of dollars getting caught up in these first four struggles. And so the fifth stage of my process is all about how to actively monitor your resources for suffering and well-being. And you can kind of think of this as like rumble strips on a highway. You know where you're going, you've got a good vehicle, everything's tuned up, and you're driving there, and you've got these little buffers on either side of you that are going to help you keep you in that lane and going where you want to be. And those two rumble strips are understanding, how you can tell what are your early warning symbols that things are going right and that you can do more of those things, or what's the sign that you're going to go off the rails and go into the ditch and have a wreck. And so by helping people to tune into those things, they are way more likely to avoid the ecological, economic, and emotional burnout that is so common when people try to put permaculture into practice on their properties.